Welcome back to Tuscola Field, home of the Tuscola Warriors, for the second half of action between the Tuscola Warriors and the Monticello Sages, where the Tuscola Warriors find themselves in a bit of a hole. The Sages are taking it to them at the count of 36-13. Tonight's game is being brought to you by Edward D. Jones, Jim Kleiss, serving Douglas County and Tuscola on Route 36, the Villa Grove State Bank, your community bank since 1919 in downtown Villa Grove. Arthur Flowers and Gift Shops, flowers and gifts and 20 flavors of fudge in downtown Arthur. Longview State Bank. We belong together for 4 locations, Villa Grove, Newman, Camargo, and Sidney. State Farm Insurance, John Davis and Tuscola, serving all of Douglas County. Hillard Agency, your neighborhood agency in both Tuscola and Villa Grove. Main Street Gallery, local Douglas County photos and frames in Arcola. Rick's Country Market, fresh foods, downtown home prices in Villa Grove. Hillegas Schrader Funeral Homes in Tuscola, Arthur, and Arcola. A Patterson Springs Bed and Breakfast, a historic Patterson Springs between Camargo and Tuscola. Polly's Barbecue, the best smoked meats cooked right here at home in Arthur. Sewing by Kathy, alter, repair, or new, it's up to you in Tuscola, next to Edward D. Jones. Tuscola National Bank, the only locally owned managed bank in Douglas County since 1890. Thanks to the cities of Arcola, Arthur, Tuscola, and Villa Grove, and good luck to all the area schools.
And the Warriors take the second half kickoff up to about the 40-yard line, I think. Thought it was Austin Martin, but I'm not really sure who.
Yep,
it was Austin Martin. I guess the eyes aren't too bad after all.
Not too bad, Al.
As long as we keep with the bifocals, we're okay. Warriors take over, 1st and 10. The ball at their own 44-yard line. Warriors trailing 36-13. Eli Kaufman coming out at quarterback to start the second half. Wide receivers to both sides. Got word that Mike Rotrammel suffered a concussion in the first half. Fumble on the play, and I think the Sages have recovered. Ryan Donahue from the inside linebacker position.
This is not the start Tuscola wanted to start out the second half, that's for sure. As you mentioned, Mikey Rotrammel looks like he might have got his bell rung there towards the end of the second half, or the first half, possibly suffering a concussion. Number 62, I believe, has replaced him as center, which would be Ashton Hastings.
6 foot, 290-pound junior. So the Sages with the ball, 1st and 10 at the Tuscola 31-yard line. Parker Trice, the quarterback, calls the signals. Little short drop, looks downfield, has a man open on the far side. Austin Eckerty, does he inbound? Yes, he is. He was defended by Dan Yoakum.
Dan Yoakum was back there corkscrewing himself into the ground. One of those deals where you're lined up on a receiver and you're not watching the quarterback. You have no idea that the ball is even in the air. By the time he realized it was too late.
Ball marked at the 9-yard line, a 22-yard pass play from Trice to Eckerty, and it's 1st and goal for the Sages. Here's Donahue over the left side, bulling his way up the middle, and he's going to be awfully close.
73, Clough come in there from behind, grabbed him by the waist, and pretty much rode him down like a horse.
Let's see.
He still managed to, did he pick up any yardage on that, Al?
Yeah, they're going to say
ball on 5.
On the 5, so a gain of 4 for Donahue. He's got 15 carries for 163 yards and a touchdown. Eckerty wide to the right side. Isaac Bales to the left. Single back behind the quarterback, Parker Trice. Here's McCall rolling to the right side. He's going to be stacked up. Dustin Hake making the stop along with Nolan Walsh.
Dustin Hake came in there and filled up that hole pretty good on that play. You know, that's something that we haven't called his number hardly at all at the first half, during the first half. So it'd be nice to see old Dusty get things going here on the second half and get in on some of those defensive stops.
No gain on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and goal from the 5-yard line. Trice under center. He had a little trouble.
Fumble.
With the snap.
Fumble. Ball's on the ground.
Ball's on the
Still on the ground.
Scramble for the loose football. Trice never came up with a snap, I don't think.
Tuscola players think we have it, but it looked to me like a Monticello player was crawling in there on his knees and might have gotten the ball. We'll see.
Nope,
No.
Warriors.
Tuscola.
Warriors come up with the football.
Looks like we have a Monticello player down on the field.
That's the second fumble.
They have called an injury timeout, getting players off the field. We do have a Monticello player down. I don't know what Tuscola player came up with that ball, but I'll tell you what, he did some fighting to do that.
Ball's going to be marked at the 10-yard line. Yeah, it didn't look like Trice had the ball coming away from center. And
just kind of bobbled it through the handoff.
Yeah. Looks like the Monticello player is coming off the field is Brendan Monacher. He's an offensive lineman and a linebacker. I think he had 11 tackles last week for the Sages in their win over Warrensburg Latham. And the Warriors.
5'8", 200-pound junior. Tough kid.
Yes, he is.
Looks like he might have twisted his ankle or something.
Yeah. So the Warriors with the football, 1st and 10. You can say at the 10-yard line. Here's a handoff left side to Sexton. He goes wide. He's going to get, I think, across the 15 maybe. It's way over on the other side of the field. We don't have much of an angle.
As soon as he hit the ground, the ball kind of squirted out. Some Monticello players kind of thought that was fumbled, but it wasn't. Sexton took it around the outside there. Looked like he might have had some room if he'd have broke it back in, but he elected to stay wide and still managed to
picked up a couple yards.
Got
to be 2nd down and, well, let's say 3. So 2nd and 7, the ball at the 12 for the Warriors. Kaufman in the shotgun. Hands off up the middle. Sexton breaks it open. Gets across the 25 out to about the 30 before he's brought down. Warriors in the first half, only 48 yards rushing on 10 rushing attempts. Sexton goes out to the 29. It's going to be 1st and 10. That's the 9th first down of the ball game. Sexton with 33 yards on 7 carries. 1st and 10 for the Warriors, moving from left to right. Eli Kaufman calling signals. Christian Wood wide to the right. Nolan Walsh wide to the left. Here's Kaufman back to throw. Has Yoakum off his hands at the Monticello 45-yard line. Tyler Scott back to defend.
Yoakum kind of opened his hands up with his palms up in the air, and the ball just lit right there and just didn't squeeze that ball and tuck it in. And off his hands, incomplete. He was open. The pass was there.
2nd down and 10 from the 29.
Had man-to-man coverage back there, and we just couldn't convert.
9 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. Kaufman 8 of 16 in the first half with an interception for 109 yards. Here's a pitch out left side. And whoever had, I think was it Evans for the Warriors? I don't think he had, excuse me. He didn't have control all the way, but he finally managed to corral the football.
I don't know if that was an option play, a busted play, or what. Eli just kind of rolled out to the left, kind of stagger stepping around, kind of trying to make up his mind what he was going to do. Eventually tossed the ball out there to Cole Evans.
Ball at the 26, so it's a loss of 3. 3rd and 13. Evans with 4 carries and 16 yards.
Low snap, down on the...
And a bad snap. And
low snap at his feet, hit the ground, bent down, picked the ball up. By the time he regained control of the ball, the Monticello defender was in there to take him down.
Loss of 11 on the play. So it's going to be 4th down and 24. And the Warriors will have to punt. Austin Martin. He punted twice for a 20-yard average. Had an 18-yarder on his first attempt.
You know, how fast could things turn around? You know, Tuscola comes down here, gets a first down, and the next thing we know,
low line drive kick taken at midfield by Monticello.
Next thing you know, we're punting deep in our end zone, or deep in our own zone.
Ian Trail makes the tackle on Dylan Nisley. And that is going to be a 35-yard kick for Martin. Monticello takes over 1st and 10. And they're going to be at the Tuscola 43-yard line with 7.5 minutes to go.
I tell you, for a low end over end kick, we got the maximum
covered it well.
Effect out of that.
1st and 10 for the Sages. Parker Trice at quarterback. Hands off up the middle to Ryan Donahue. And he's brought down on a shoulder tackle by Dan Yoakum. And he's going to be brought down at about the 35-yard line. Gain of 8, going to be 2nd and 2.
Yeah, Yoakum came up from that roving spot and just, like we said, put another shoulder tackle on Donahue. And this time he came down. But I tell you, if he wouldn't have came down there, he had some open green grass in front of him.
2nd and 4. Here's Trice. Passes left side, complete to Strack.
There we go.
He's going to be close to the 1st down marker. And let's see, Zach Bates.
Trist Williams, number 4, and Sexton were in on that tackle.
Josh Silva, I think, came over also. Going to be 1st and 10. Ball at the 28, so a 7-yard pass play. 1st down, number 11 for Monticello. Trice hands off to Donahue, right side. 3 or 4 Warriors were over there. Dustin Clough, Dustin Hake.
They actually sealed up the hole that he was actually wanting to run through. And Donahue does a very good job of bouncing things out if his hole closes up. And that's what he did right there. For a gain of
6 on the play.
6 on the play.
2nd and 4.
Double backfield.
Man in motion to the left side. Here's McCall going up the middle. He's going to be close to the 1st down. Ian Trail, Josh Silva. Silva, linebacker, 5'9", 155. They're going to say he got the 1st down.
Looks like McCall may be hobbling around out there a little bit off that play. You know, Monticello's quarterback does a very good job at selling fakes. Even when he hands the ball off and you know, when he continues the rest of the play, he does a very good job of trying to make people believe that he's got the ball.
Here's Trice pitching right side Donahue. He goes wide to the right. He's stopped by Yoakum, who wrapped him up.
That was a good tackle.
Ian Trail coming in to lend support, but good tackle by Dan Yoakum that time.
Hake come flying in there, a little bit too fast. Couldn't get himself slowed down to put a stick on him. Went right by him, but Dan Yoakum, that time he stuck him pretty good. Wrapped him up and took him down.
Well, they're going to say 7 on the gain, so it's 3rd and 3. The ball at the 8.
Yes.
A couple lights are out on the scoreboard, so it's hard to.
McCall and Donahue. Donahue behind McCall up the middle. Probably got a couple yards on that anyway, Alan.
And it's going to be 1st and goal for Monticello. Ball at the 10. Well. Ball at the 10.
Ball at the 10. Ball at the 5.
5, okay.
1st and goal at the 5, Monticello. They're sticking with that dual backfield. McCall and Donahue.
If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yep.
Here's Donahue going over to the left side of center. He pushes his way toward the goal line.
They're just smash mouth football right now, right up the gut. Stop me if you can. Dusty Hake and number 50,
Ian Trail
in there on the stop.
I think he came in for road trammel. Isaac Bales comes back in for Monticello. Ryan Bidner coming out. Ball at the 3, going to be 2nd and goal.
Split out to the right, split out to the left. Backfield.
Here's Trice. Hands off to the short back McCall, and I think
he got in there. Went right in there. Looked like Chloe maybe had a piece of him at one time, and he just kept his feet moving. You know, he's low to the ground anyway. Those are tough guys to bring down, and he just stayed low, kept his feet going, and marched it right on in there for the score.
That was Andrew Bailey that scored. 3-yard run for Bailey. Comes with 3:44 left to go.
50-50, Drung. I got to get my 50-50 tickets out here, sports fans.
But who are you going to send over to get the money if you win? We're not letting you go. Here's Schaefer's soccer-style kick is good. And
I got Celeste down here. She'll go get it for me.
Okay, that's good enough. Timeout with 3:44 left to go in the third quarter. It's Monticello 43, Tuscola 13. And that was a 43-yard drive.
Well, Tuscola finds themselves 3:44 left the third period, down 30. And I tell you, that's not what they were hoping for. I'll tell you that right now.
No. I know the coaches were looking for a little better,
yes,
little better performance tonight. But I tell you, this Monticello team, as we said, they've got a lot of guys that have played a lot of football on the varsity level.
Yep.
And they started off as number 10 in 4A at the beginning of the season. They moved up a couple notches, and they've played a good football game today. I know last week they got off to a little bit of a slow start against Warrensburg-Latham, but I think they realized that they were going to have to play some football tonight against the Warriors, and they're doing it. They're playing a good game, and they right now they're leading by 30 as we have 3:44 left to go in the third quarter. Schaefer will kick off. A little squibber up the middle. Got to be taken
Bates.
Is it Bates?
83.
Okay, he's
Zach Bates.
Got to be brought down across the 45, awful close to midfield.
Yeah, you know, right now it looks like a 4A team against a 1A team.
Yeah.
It's not that Tuscola is looking like they're giving up or anything, but it just looks like they're just being outplayed. The running game in Monticello has just not been stopped.
Yeah. And Donahue's certainly living up to his accolades.
Yes, he is.
So we said he was the second leading rusher in the area last year with over 1,600 yards. We've got.
What's he? Do you have a total on him so far today? He's got.
Let's see. Yeah, he's got 189 yards.
Yeah.
On 20 carries.
I was going to say he's got to be getting close to 200.
So that was illegal procedure against the Warriors. So it's 1st and 15 back at the 40. Here's Kaufman. He is stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss of a little bit. Clay Becker in there to make the stop. Along with, I believe McCall's back in there playing his inside linebacker spot. Kaufman.
You know, I'm really surprised. I don't mean this as in a critical way, but I'm just really surprised that Kaufman is getting as many quarterback carries as he is. He just doesn't appear to be a real fast kid. And like I was talking earlier, here's a pass here on this side to Sexton. Overthrown.
Defended by Austin Eckerty.
But as I was saying, it just seems to me like there's some people that Tuscola have. The Cole Evans ran the ball very well in the first quarter and basically has not touched the ball since then.
Yeah, Evans has 4 carries for 16 yards in the ball game.
So you're talking 4 yards a carry right there.
Yeah.
And it just seems to me like that would just be the play to go to get 4 yards rather than that quarterback keeper. Just doesn't seem to be getting us much.
3rd down and 16. Ball to 39. Right. Here's Kaufman back to throw. Throws down the left side.
Oh, ran
in and out of the hands of the defender, Brett Baran.
Inadvertent contact there.
Nolan Walsh was the intended receiver. So it's 4th and 16 for the Warriors. That's the 21st pass attempted by Eli Kaufman. And he has 8 completions for 109 yards, 1 interception. That was run back for a touchdown. Austin Martin back to punt for the Warriors, single safety back for Monticello.
Isaac Bales.
Good high kick taken by Bales at the 30, and he is hit by Tristan Williams. Absolutely no gain on the return.
Check that. That was Austin Eckerty.
Eckerty, okay. So a 41-yard kick, I think, with no return. It's going to be 1st and 10 Monticello at their own 29-yard line.
Well, you know, if you're a Tuscola Warrior right now, I know I hate to say it, but I've been in games like this before, and at this particular point, you just got to start playing for some pride, you know? You just got to line up there, and you just got to start hitting some people and say, you know, we may be losing on the scoreboard, but you're going to walk away from this game knowing that I was here.
Yeah. Here's a handoff to Donahue up the middle.
Right up the middle.
He's got running room into Tuscola territory. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. And he's going to go in standing up for the touchdown. A 71-yard touchdown run by Ryan Donahue.
You know, we had a few safeties over there kind of get tangled up with each other right in front of him. And that little tangling up just kind of gave a little bit of a delay right there, enough for Donahue to get a step on those guys.
That's 260 yards.
Silva came in late trying to run him down the field, but Donahue just had too much speed and just ran away from him.
260 on 21 carries. Schaefer going to come in and try the extra point. They lined up in the swinging gate way wide to the right, and then as they moved over to the football, Schaefer came out. His kick is up, and it is
hit the upright.
no good.
No good.
So that
kind of just pulled. He really hit that ball really well. I was just about ready to say, man, he drilled that kick, and then he drilled it all right. He drilled it right into the left upright, and it hit the left upright and just fell straight back down the field. So the extra point is no good. Makes the score Tuscola 13, Monticello Sages 49. And like I was talking earlier, Alan, you just want to see right now, you just want to see the Tuscola team keep their heads up, come out, fire off the ball, start hearing them pads popping. You know, we've got 2:32 left in the third. We still got a whole nother quarter to play. And right now is where you just got to say to yourself, I'm going to get out there and I'm going to play for the pride of my school, for the pride of my town, for the pride of my team. And just keep your head up, keep plugging away, and see if you can get things.
Yeah, Monticello already has their biggest margin of victory in this series against Tuscola. Here's a kickoff by Schaefer, taken at the 20-yard line by Austin Martin. Biggest margin of victory for Monticello in this series was back in 1933. They won 32-0.
Huh.
So they've got that beat right now.
The kicker there hit a line drive. That ball didn't get 10, 11 feet off the ground and just went straight over the head of Martin. He actually made a pretty good catch on that kickoff. And actually Martin is now in the backfield. We got a new quarterback.
Okay, running up the middle.
It looks like Bates, number 3.
Yep, Zach Bates is the new court. Nick Bates.
Nick Bates, the freshman. Be Zach's younger brother.
Okay, so Nick Bates goes up the middle for, they're going to say 7. 2nd and 3 at the 43. So
Kaufman finds himself out of the game. We've got a freshman quarterback at the helm for the Tuscola Warriors. Hand off to Martin.
And Martin has dropped.
Nowhere to go. 65.
Brian Phipps in on the stop. Let's see, where are they going to mark the football? About the 42, so a loss of a yard.
Phipps just went right up over the top of, looked like Sam Daly, number 54 of the Warriors, the right tackle.
3rd and 5, the scoreboard says, at the 42 of Tuscola. Nick Bates, the quarterback, sends Sexton in motion to the right side. We've got a flag.
We got movement.
Flag before the snap.
Actually, Nick looked like Nick was even kind of starting to step back a little bit before the ball was even snapped, like he was anticipating a pretty good rush there. That freshman quarterback was going to get out of that pocket as quick as he could. He just got a little antsy, but there was some other movement too. Looked like a couple receivers might have been moving too.
So it's got to be 3rd down and 10. The ball back at the, they say the 35. Clock running with less than a minute, or rather, the clock stopped with less than a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. Nick Bates, 5'11", 155, and a freshman. He rolls out to the right side, looking to throw. He's hit. The ball is loose. And Monticello recovers.
He was sacked by number 4.
Benny Strack.
Benny Strack sacked him, and then he jumped on the ball after he knocked it loose from the freshman, Nick Bates. He was trying to get outside as quick as he could, but I tell you, that defense, Lenny Cementi's got his defense swarming to the ball pretty good.
Ball at the 22-yard line of Tuscola. Loss of about 15, I think, on the exchange. Monticello with a new quarterback. Here's a pitch out there, running some new faces in. This looks like Jarrett McMasters, I think, taking the pitch. Quarterback now is Sam Parrish. He's a 5'10", 190-pound junior. So Monticello getting some new folks in, starting with the quarterback. They've got the big lead. 28 was the ball carrier. That was Dylan Nicely.
And he is still in there.
No gain on the play. It's 2nd down and 10. And we've got a whistle and a flag from the far side of the field. 9 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. Monticello up 49-13.
Well, I think what happened there was one of the substitute linemen in the game for Monticello took position up over the past the ball into the neutral zone. So it was just a dead ball foul, offsides against the offense.
Clock running out. Sam Parrish will not run a play, and we go to the 4th quarter. And the score after 3 quarters of play here at Tuscola, it's Monticello 49, Tuscola 13.